The new suggested content feature provides you with the ability to create a template for content that your users can then publish to the channels they have access to, ensuring that a consistent message about your brand is being shared. To give you a better understanding of the feature just described, I'm going to walk you through a high-level overview demonstrating how it's used. If you go into Content, then View Content, you'll notice that when you go over to the Content tab, there's a new status type called Suggested Content. All the content listed here is available as templates that can be cloned, edited, and finally they can be published out to the channels you have access to. This is very helpful for brands and clients of ours who have different channels with different users who are in charge of publishing content to various channels. Now, I'm going to show you how to create suggested content. You do it in the exact same way as you normally would, starting in the Create Content form. If I'm at the head office for some corporation and I want to write a piece of content that might then be published out to different channels, for example, if I want content published out to various stores I have as a retailer, I would select off the various channels I have access to. For example, over here I can select off a Facebook channel and a WordPress channel. And then I'd enter in content just as I normally would. Additionally, I can also leave a note for other users to see when they sign in. And if I go over to the right under content status, it's currently set as approved, but I can change that to suggested content. And if I save that and go back to the view content page, I'll see it listed here under suggested content. So now if I were to log out of here and sign in as a different user, perhaps I'm manager to some of those stores. If I go over to the view content page, filtering for just suggested content will allow me to see the different posts that have been created as suggested content, and I can see the post that was just created by the user that I was logged in a minute ago. Clicking on that will take me to the Create Content form. You might notice that certain channels might be grayed out. For example, over here, originally there was a Facebook channel that was selected off and a WordPress channel, if you recall from the original post by the other user. But now that I'm signed in as the manager, only the Facebook over here is enabled, while this one is grayed out or disabled. And all that means is the user that I'm logged in as currently doesn't have access to certain channels, and those are just the channels that are grayed out. In this case, it would be the WordPress. If I scroll down, I can see the title, the body, and any other information that might be filled out. And because this is suggested content, at the footer there's this new button called Clone. When I hit Clone, it makes an exact copy of this piece of content, but only adds the channels that the user doing the cloning has access to. I've done that, and you can see the little confirmation at the top telling me that it's been cloned successfully. In order to see the cloned copy, I can click View here in the confirmation at the top, and this will just take me to the actual cloned copy itself. So now you'll notice once again that the title and the body are exactly the same. I can go in and modify my content. For example, I can add additional information, or I can change existing information. So now if I bring my attention over to the content status on the right hand side, you'll notice that the status is currently set to draft, and the status is set to draft once you hit clone. Previously we noted that it was set as suggested content. So now if I wanted to publish it, I could go ahead and set it as approved. However, if I didn't have the permissions to publish it, I could always set it as needs review and assign it as a task to someone else to publish it, whoever had the appropriate permissions to do so. But in this case, I do have the permissions to publish it since I'm the manager, so I can go ahead and set it as approved, and now I can just go ahead and hit publish. So I go ahead and I hit continue for it to publish. So now if I go back to view content and readjust my filters, I can see that this post has been published out by the manager and the status is approved. So as you can see, this is very valuable for maintaining consistent brand messages across all your community's channels. And this brings us to the conclusion of our demo of the suggested content feature. If you have any questions, please contact awareness support or your account rep. Thanks.